Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 35-degree Friday the 16th, I think it is, 17th. Lost a day somewhere, but beautiful out here. It's 46 at the moment. The sun comes up so dang I'm early nowadays. I don't know what it is. It's like crazy early, but yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day. By the looks of it, I didn't pay attention to it, but if it starts out like this, how bad could it be? But anyway, let's get a Friday going. I have literally no idea what I've got going today at work. Didn't get the video finished. I got it rendered and on the MacBook, so I got to turn it live when I get to work. That last 2 mornings, just going through this little bout where sleep takes priority. And they'll get up early in the morning and scrambling trying to get that thing done and miss it by just that much. But anyway, welcome to a beautiful day. It should be a nice one. 49 degrees and sunshiny out here today.
It is. It's pretty.
Yeah, very nice. What's it supposed to be here today? 59, 1 degree warmer than down.
Feels good in here. Just don't go out there.
Yeah. What's funny though, it always seems to get, well, no, the temperature's been pretty accurate. But a lot of times it seems like it says one thing, it's a whole lot warmer. But
yeah, that's true.
But I like the sunshine. It is warm. It's gonna be nice.
It is. It's gonna be a good Friday.
Yeah. Well, ball.
Yes, Paul.
Let's go on in there and bust out a Friday and get a weekend started. Maybe get a ride snuck in this weekend.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That Flirty and the Pan America literally haven't been ridden since the tabs expired in October of last year.
I know, that's messed up.
Yeah.
The tabs are spendy. You gotta choose wisely.
Yep. All right, let's go on in there. Have a wonderful day there, Mom.
You too, baby.
All right, love you. See you, bye.
I love you.
Bye now.
Bye.
So this is that Sea-to-Sky that I put the camera kit on last week or the week before. I'm not sure which it was. But ever since, well, he went out riding and he noticed when he opens up his left door, he hears a click. And for some reason, and I'm gonna have to just, that's why I got the trunk and stuff. I'm just have to take the rear tail piece off. It's not, there's a body clip in there that's not closing all the way. There's something, I don't know if I got a piece of harness, like a coupler from a harness that's in the way or something, but it's just not clipping down on that one side. And you guys remember I was telling you about a gentleman that was known in his younger days for sounding like Mario Lanza, and my mom was a huge fan of his. Anyway, he unfortunately he came in to have his service done, and I, due to scheduling snafus, I wasn't gonna be able to get to it, so we asked if he wanted someone else to do it, and he watches the videos and says no, he'll wait, so he's gonna come back Monday. But he gave me these CD-ROMs. This is him in his younger days. This is pretty cool. This is actually him back in those days, and this is him singing all the different genres. And he says, I see you guys like Christmas stuff, so I gave you a Christmas album. And this is Southern gospel stuff. Yeah, he goes, I was quite the looker when I was young. Yeah, he was. But William Harness, he's got a YouTube channel as well. He actually it was in January, rode up towards Mount St. Helens and got in snow and ice, and him and a young lady, I guess is the gal that helps him with his YouTube channel and different things, and anyway, pretty scary. He goes, I did great. Told me a crazy story of a Goldwing accident he had. He says he's going to do a video on it explaining all that, and wow, scary. But let me pop this panel off here and see what's going on there. And also his Apple CarPlay, once this thing gets warm, it's great, like cool in the morning, goes for a ride, like stop somewhere, come back out, and no CarPlay. It says no USB connection. So something's going on there. And there's nothing about this on a Boss Web or the dealer forum. I've seen some different things with the snowmobiles. I think it was snowmobiles and maybe some of the side-by-sides, because the USB thing comes around and ends up in the little trunk up there, or glove box thing, and something about the connection at the base. But I don't remember if you had problems before or this just started out of nowhere. Let me get this back panel fixed right quick, and we'll dig into the whole CarPlay thing. That's kind of weird. Hopefully it's something as simple as that, but you got to pull the shield off and the whole front fascia thing of the fairing off, and you can get to the back of the cluster. And I've seen them. I don't remember seeing the USB port plugged in on the Spyders, but they all use the same cluster between all the side-by-sides, the snowmobiles, and even the watercraft have them in there. So we'll check that out. If you wonder why it's just got this smooth, flowing look to it, I'm using the Osmo Mobile 6 or 7, I think it is. Yeah, the 8 just came out. I don't know what all is different with that, but anyway, it's a gimbal for iPhones. I don't know if you can do other things with it, but it's for phones. It's not necessarily the iPhone, but sure gives it a nice smooth flowing look to it. Anyway, let's get this thing out and see what is keeping that cover from clipping all the way down. I was trying to figure it out. It's like I just can't figure it. There's something there that's not allowing that. It goes in, but just comes right back out again. And it's close enough that you can't just let it fly, because the door is going to catch it. And as soon as he was in one day, I don't think he was on his Spyder, and I go, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. I probably didn't, because I had a little difficulty getting his fender thing back in there, the fender extension, and I pulled it loose and then popped it back. So I must have done something. Maybe one of the little speed clips got out of sorts or something. I've got plenty of those if I need to replace one. We'll sort it out. Just nuts, bolts, wires, and plastic parts as far as this is concerned. All right, let's get to it. Sorry, off the gimbal. And you're probably gonna get a lot of blue light with that door being open. These fluorescent lights are very yellow. So we threw caution to the wind, because it's shorted out anyway. So I just grabbed the back of it with a pair of needle nose and just shoved, and finally went snap, and it popped out of the deal. And Matt, using Google Gemini or whatever it was, took pictures of it, and it goes right to Le Monster's website. And I don't know if there's a misunderstanding of some sort or whatever, but I heard that Cable gave her this. Cable would not have a Spyder accessory. I don't know. I wasn't part of the conversation, but man, was that stuck in there. But you can't see inside there, but the thing's full of rust. And it's probably dust, because rust made out of metal probably has dust particles shorted that thing out. It sure blows the fuse, but it went in there just like I figured. Of course, we got it out of there. It's held down, but it slides in, and I mean, it's in there tight. But that's not, just, you're not going to run down to Best Buy and buy a Belkin cable that's going to have that shape, because that hole has it's exactly the same as what the cable is. So, but I can't get in there where you can see it, but it's just full. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to. It's just full of rust. It's just not weather resistant. It needs to be some kind of a plug or something to put in there. You can put dielectric grease in there, but it's exposed to the to the elements, and it's going to collect dust, and that'll cause yet another problem. But anyway, geez, Lord help me. Now the rack ran out of air. So I noticed when I was working on this, or looking at it, because this thing, like I told you, it wasn't popping in all the way right here, and it seemed to be stuck. This was holding out, which was making that spring out. And when I stuck my fingers between the rubber fender extension, this side was wider than this side. Well, so in my process of, pulling the rear off of there, I pulled the rubber fender out, and it's all tight. Did I? There's no sign that it was. I know I fought putting the thing in. Did I? No, there's no way. It would show it. I was thinking maybe I folded an ear. No, it's kind of it's a hardened, it's rubber, but it's hardened. So I get it back in the ear and look up in there and see if there was something. But as soon as I pulled that side out, the thing just fell in. There's no cables, nothing weird. Everything's all nice and clean looking, just where I left it. So let me get in here and we sort it out. And then I'm just curious. I want to pull that fascia off and see if that, do some resistance tests between, the cable, and see, is the cable itself bad? Did it get routed weird in there? I mean, this thing hasn't been apart. Last time it was apart was when it was being put together. And anyway, things to sort out. Spider day again. Gotta love it. Absolutely something. This thing I have no idea. It definitely lipped. So now I got the same clearance, exactly the same on both sides. And this one body clip right here, that's one of those where you can kind of see, you can see where it's one of the clips that pops into the plastic. I know it's out of focus, but it was being caused by this. And I wet the thing down with silicone, and it just went right in. But I do remember it fighting me for some reason. And that's probably the sign you should stop right there and double check something funky's going on. Well, at least I didn't have to take the whole thing apart. So, all right, put this back together right quick and dive into the CarPlay thing that's going on here. It's weird it's doing that. I don't know what you could do to keep that out. I was thinking, some kind of a cap that you slide in there, but then if it was wet when you put the cap in there, now you're hot boxing the thing, and now you're really going to make a mess. I don't know, maybe squirt that with some silicone spray every once in a while, specifically Honda silicone spray, because it will tack up and doesn't leave it wet anymore. When you first spray it on, it's very wet, but you come back and the wetness is gone and it just has a film on it. Maybe that's the trick. Good old Honda silicone spray. You used to be able to get all that stuff in little small cans, and none of those things, the spray polish, the chain lubes, none of that stuff is available in small cans anymore. And what Kelly was told by one of our vendors is because the kids and stuff get them, and they do bad things with the aerosol that propels it, kind of like sniffing paint, sniffing glue kind of a thing. Like, what in the world would possess you to do something like that? But some things you just can't explain in this world. That's one of them for sure. I think we have a white spider problem. So found nothing wrong with the cable. Sat there and pinned everything out. Everything's talking to everything. I don't know. So this is my phone. I got my old 20S in my shirt pocket, and she just locked right into it. I mean, it just instantly I had to Bluetooth pair him because I unpaired him last time he was here, and boom, right in there. Don't be sneaking around that corner like you looking in the gate. It is just amazing how in this gate, when something happens and the gate's stuck open or something, there's a mode you can put it in that locks it open. Ooh, this is another lively one here. Yes, sir. But anyway, I don't know what to say. So yeah, I don't know. I did just for the heck of it. Let's put it that way. I'm just going to stick with my GoPro cable, and we'll shut her down. I let her sit there till the fan cycled, and let it build up some heat, just sitting there, and I turn it back on. A little slow reacting, for my phone to react to it, but it seems like it was that way. The CarPlay, you see the little CarPlay thing every once in a while, and just click it. I think CarPlay may have updated or something, because there was like a little thing saying that it works, does something. I didn't read it all, so it must have, the app might have updated last night or something. Here, this is what I meant, his wheels falling off. I went by so fast. He must have air ride or something in there. Trying to mix things up here a little bit. Plus, it's nice to take them down the old bumpy road here. Not that you got anything to worry about a low mileage Sea-to-Sky, but it never hurts. You never know. I've taken this road and heard stuff, and that lady's going, I could ride one of those. Yes, ma'am, you sure could. I do need to stop somewhere and just let it set and let it boot back up. See how well it reconnects. Is that it right here? Yes. Turn signal. It's a good day to see old Rick roaming around out here. It sure was nice seeing him. Time flies by so fast. Could have been, heck, I don't know, that might even been before we went to Daytona. I have no idea. Seems like it was much sooner than that. So I'm kind of run this thing backwards today. What do you think of that? Just do some mixing up. Oh, there's another. Oh, yeah, we're going to do it this way. And yes, my first look is behind me before I do something like that. Always, always, always look behind you before you do something like that. Because you can stop way faster. I'm assuming, I would almost be assured you can stop this thing a whole lot faster than a car. Although I don't know, that Acura MDX, that thing would make the blood rush in your head. It'd stop so fast, especially when it didn't think you were adequately slowing down before the cars in front of you, and it just lay down on the binders. And what do they got here? Open enrollment. Oh, it's one of those little book things. That's really cool. Got people sitting here relaxing. I thought that would be a good place to stop. Maybe we'll stop with the park in the background. How about that? I have seen that Ford SUV so many times roaming around. I think he just goes from place to place. I'm probably asking for it here. I may end up with an audience. But when I did that, oh, look at that. I don't know. There it went. So why did it disconnect while I was riding? Sure are lovely. Boy, they do look good out here in the wild, don't they? Out here doing their thing. The beautiful park in the background. So why did it disconnect while we were riding? It did it right before our eyes, didn't it? Park brake, or get a loud beep. Kids out walking around, enjoying the day. It is beautiful out here. I don't understand why well, I hit that app tray and that seemed to freak it out. So something I ordered today is this thing called CarLink It. It's a Bluetooth dongle that you can plug into that, and it works with the Spyders. So I could have it overnight, but today's Friday, and so I have it coming Monday here to the store. So why the random disconnect? Let's hit that app tray again and get the gauges going again and see if we can bounce back into it. See if that takes me, yep, right back to it. Oh, there it went. It just lost itself. See if I can get some. Just that quick, it came back. Wow. That is super bizarre. I have never seen one. I've never even had anybody complain of that before. I think he was saying he'd stop and then he'd come back out and it wouldn't reconnect. And I think when everything cooled off, then it would connect. I wonder if it's just the heat, as he says. Maybe things are getting warm in there and it's just doing random stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna get hung by that bus. One thing's for sure, you got my attention now. I will figure that thing out. Huh. What if I just bounce back in and... Oh, it's not even there. You lose your navigation. Yeah, you lose that navigation slot when it's not connected. Huh. Alright, let's go back. We got some ciphering to do. Yeah, she's just choosing not to return this. Oh, look at that. I just caught it closing too. Yeah, it's good and gone this time. So I'll do a reboot one more time here. I won't. I've been rattling on too long here anyway, so I'll come back. So I rebooted the bike and it came right back. Crazy. Very crazy. I don't know what the deal. It does seem to be heat related for some reason, doesn't it? Huh. Yeah. Let me sit down and build a case file and send that thing off so that so they have it maybe this late in the day, because they're back. I think they're in Texas, or it can be in Germany too. But anyway, I'll get it from all kinds of places. The guys from the Tech Line thing, and they're all over the world. BRP. See if we can come up with an answer here. See, the navigation is still, it's back in there, so we can do a quick check and see that it's gone. Well, I'll keep in touch with what we figure out. Thanks for coming along for a super nice rip. I was more concentrating on what the thing's doing there. I got a rag that grabbed a lint. But I'll let you know what I find out. That's a bummer though. That would really drive me nuts, I'm telling you. Well, hello there, YouTube. Made it home, safe and sound. There's no crazy people. There's no rain. Like cloudy. Looking east, there's some iffy looking stuff over there, but my watch says rain in 4 days. So we've got at least through Tuesday for now, but it keeps getting better. So don't want to say too much good about it, because it might go, you think that's good? Mother Nature goes, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, just take it back. Yeah.
Madison and that crazy scent. What is that? Where'd she come up with that?
I have no idea.
She went, that old broke hip dog. She went running down like the old days.
Yeah.
Running down the road at us yesterday. She hasn't done that.
All broke.
Yeah. Over a year she hasn't done anything like that.
No.
Abby and her used to do that. But Abby used to be just as bouncy as Danny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that.
Just moving slow.
Yeah, they both move real slow. But anyway, we're gonna call it the work week at that. We'll start a weekend. We're gonna roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
Appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.